Welcome to That Part Podcast, the podcast where we bring the barbershop conversations to life. I'm your host, Sean Mackey, and in the chair next to me, we've got Jim Williams. How are we doing, Jim?
Hello, man.
Nice. So, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Jim Williams' new OnlyFans account. This guy, I don't know if you follow this guy on Instagram, but he's been.
Depends who you follow. If you follow, well, I don't have a personal Instagram anymore. It's just flipping.
It's all business on your Instagram now, isn't it? It's all business. Yeah. But you're looking good while doing it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
This is the least you've ever spoken about anything.
I thought you wanted to say.
I think it comes to man.
I hate you actually. Guys, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Business, isn't it?
No, I'm joking. That is not the topic we're going to speak about today.
Good. Listen.
Now, the biggest news that I feel like is I haven't seen the internet react to something this big.
Okay, because I thought you was going to say the biggest news is you having a kid, but if you were leaving that on the table, then you were the first. No, that's massive, but that's obviously
that is big. But
yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I've said it in real life, but why not go here then?
So, yeah, I'm nearly 4 weeks a dad now.
It's insane, isn't it?
Which is a bit mad. It goes fast.
8 years now.
8 years.
Yeah, yesterday actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But no, that's not what I want to talk about today.
No, go on. What's the biggest news?
Coldplay.
Oh, crazy, right?
Coldplay.
Yeah, so, yeah, but some people were trying to tell me that it was them that was at fault. And I'm like, nah, they were just doing...
How was it? So this is the thing, right? This is the thing that Coldplay do at gigs. And I think they've been doing it for the last, like...
Oh, they don't... So it's not like a new thing?
No. They've been doing this for a while, right? And it's supposed to be like a sweet, like, little thing where Chris Martin finds some people in the audience, right? And then he literally off the cuff will sing a song about them.
Yeah.
And it's nice. People hate on Coldplay anyway.
I like him. I think Chris Martin's a cool guy.
I love Coldplay. I'll
be real with you.
Love Coldplay.
What switched me on to Coldplay? You know me and my basic taste of music. It was like, Jay-Z and Chris Martin are cool, right? Jay-Z is my favorite rapper, so I was like, I knew Coldplay, but it was segregated. I didn't know the guy's name.
Yeah.
With all due respect, so I was like, let me hear him. And then I heard a couple albums, and for a good long time, I was playing Coldplay in the car because the transition from me being a younger guy, rap music, and the feeling you get, I mean, the invigoration you get from rap music or that sort of style of music in comparison to what you would get from Coldplay, Frank Ocean, the level of calm you have in comparison. So at certain times of life, I'll play their music, but don't let me segue because I do that. So you go back to what you were saying.
We're not here to hate or love on Coldplay, but I will state for the record again, I love Coldplay. Yeah, but it's the fact that this very tiny moment in what was probably like a 2.5, 3 hour show
is massive.
It's massive.
I actually saw a quote today when there's like a post that you scan through it, and it's showing you the statistics of a breaking down of a marriage, like
the expenses
financially. Yeah, that's the first slide, and then the next slide is the percentage of a daughter being more likely to be a part of a broken home based on her parents being in a broken home. I'll have to send you because I couldn't give you the actual specifics, but the statistics are absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
But you got that level of it, right? Then you've got like brands and stuff jumping on it from a
market perspective. Yeah, you know that's where my mind is. So I would never use that because I think it's lowbrow, but I see the potential of how you could do marketing with it. Like, you know me in marketing, I love marketing. I think I'll probably be a marketing person if I didn't do what I do. But, well, I can't bandwagon, but that's even here there. But I just think at the end of the day, the guy that's sitting in the office doing the marketing, he ain't thinking about the daughter or the son or the wife. He's just getting money for what he's coming out of his brain with. And that to me is lowbrow marketing, isn't it?
But then there's those like tin hat moments where people have been like, oh, because it's the company that the guy was a CEO of, like, I think Astra.
Well, he lost his job.
Yeah, he lost his job, but like the people then started searching for the company and what they're doing and stuff. I still have no idea what the company.
No, that's not a clue either.
Not a clue. But it went. I haven't seen anything go that viral that quickly.
Because people are using it for years. But they're changing the faces. A couple of my friends have put pictures up of them and someone else, like just playing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's blowing definitely. But then from a perspective of employment, how do you lose your job? You're bringing the company into disrepute. Is that?
I think that was probably it. Because like as a CEO, you have like a level of seniority, but
because he wasn't cheating with someone from work.
So the woman he was cheating with was like the HR director.
So yeah, it's common, guys.
So both should really know better. But the fact that we're actually
can you sack someone for that?
For like what, canoodling or being I think
it's got to be underwritten, and surely the amount of money we're talking about he's earning, there's got to be a level of non-disclosure or whatever in the contract in order to make that.
Whether or not he was fired or like slightly shoved, or I don't know.
Oh man,
Is it because
he's got shares too, so they're like, yo, to let me.
But it went global, so he's probably thinking, I can't like.
He's have to grow a mustache, like I'm trying to say.
He's have to grow hair all over his face, man. He's got to go full.
When he go into the barber shop and they come out a different guy, and it's like, yeah, that's
what GTA.
He's got for real. Like,
he's got to get like a. He's got to get.
Yeah, like he comes out looking like Trevor, like, bro, that what are you doing?
Wild.
What's he doing?
Absolute wild. But yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we'll see anything like that again for.
Well, no, people be careful. Did you not see Chris Martin do the second night? And he was like,
yeah,
listen, we're gonna film the crowd. If you want to do your makeup,
yeah,
then do it now. Yeah.
It's clever. It's done wonders for the band. Like, the band consistently sell out Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, because there's people that are core fans, but equally,
no. But sell out Wembley Stadium for like 7 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And people still shit on them, but they put on a show.
Yeah, but you don't think that's just you? Like, it's people trying to be cool, no? Like,
I think it's like I think we're in that era now where like people are so comfortable within themselves that
they'll be what they do that they like.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, this is kind of a weird same one, but not same situation. There's a guy called Joe Arroyo. I believe he's a Colombian folk singer or calypso singer, whichever. And I heard his music on Dexter. You know Dexter, the TV show.
Yeah.
Love Dexter. Yeah. But I'll have to catch up because it's been so many years. I might have to start again. So he was on. Originally, his music was on the soundtrack to Dexter, and I was like, yo, this is catchy. And it just so happened I was watching Dexter in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, and wearing shirts. And I was like, yeah, cool. This is
what a lack of them.
I'm so Miami. So I'm like, this is for me. Yeah. So I went and got back in the days, you know, LimeWire, you download the CDs.
Oh mate,
I got Joe Arroyo on CD, right? And I was riding around. And I had a coupe Mercedes at the time. Driving around, Ellsbury, picking up my mates and dropping them off in this with Colombian Calypso playing out.
So I'm Juan over here.
Yeah. And they were like, what is this mess? And I'm like, nah, bro, like, this is the stuff, man. So there's 2 albums. There's Reflection Eternal by Talib Kweli and DJ Hi-Tech. I played that and they were all like, this is rubbish. And then all of a sudden, the summer after, they're like, yo, run them 2 CDs. And I'm like, hey, I told you, man. Mm-hmm. Still now, I remember back in the days, we'd pull up in Tesco's car park, me and my mate Joe, alongside each other, and you'd go through your CD wallet, and we'd have a sound for it. Like,
oh, I love that.
Play one song.
Yeah.
He'd pop out the stereo, big loud. We have some friends in the car. I have some friends in the car.
Love that.
And they're like, yeah, this and that. Cameron had an album as well that was like that for us. But yeah, he'd tell you the name of the album too, because that's his shit. But I couldn't tell you the name. I couldn't tell you a single Cameron album name.
But the thing is, it sounds like you were kind of not, smoke up your ass, but like ahead of your time in the sense.
With music, yeah.
Yeah, but in the sense of like, if something spoke to you, you wouldn't give a shit what anyone else said.
I'm the same with clothing. Like I'm the same with like a lot of stuff. I don't really. I remember being younger and being like, oh, people ain't gonna like what I'm doing here. Like, funnily enough, I was wearing some trousers the other day that you commented, give me the curtains back. Do you know how much, like, when I was younger, I wouldn't worn those because I was like, oh, people are going to mess with you.
Yeah.
And now I would lean into the comedy of, are you not really a fan of whatever, but the amount of messages I had from people like, yo, can you send me the link to those? Because they're seriously cool. Like,
oh, wow.
And I just went on I bought them because I loved them.
Yeah.
And I was like, these will work with a white tee. You couldn't go too crazy because the 2 matches.
You need something plain on the top.
Yeah, but when I was younger, bro, I was all hoodies and joggers because I was too scared to be different. And now I'm grown. You know what I mean? Like, I wear what I want. Who cares? And it comes from, like, music was the first thing that I was like, I don't care what you think. And then it sort of leaked into the rest of my life, and now I'm just.
I'm definitely not like with music. Fashion, I'm not there with, in terms of like being a bit too.
What, wearing what you want?
Just being a bit too out there. Like I've been like a black, like slim fit, skinny jeans for forever, and I don't.
Yeah, but you get into those phases. I remember like a couple of years ago, I was just wearing what I thought was my demographic, and then I was like, I hate this stuff, you know. And then I was like, I'm gonna wear one, but it came from a transitional perspective where a lot of people, you included probably, you know, life changed for me dramatically at a time, and then I came sort of full circle and became myself again, dressing wearing my one, whatever, and. People are like, oh, your fashion sense has really changed. No, just I went from.
You've come out of the closet.
Yeah,
in that sense.
Like, I'm not like Do you know that when you become a dad, you're gonna see like you said to me about the Skechers the other day,
mate. I'm wearing the Skechers again.
Yeah. So when you like, I was like, okay, cool. I can't be wearing snapbacks backwards and how I would dress like when I was younger, or how I feel because I'm like my dad. Like I'm gonna go to the playground with a hat on and people gonna my lemon. But now it's just whatever.
I felt that with like when I got married and started thinking about having kids and stuff, and then got pregnant quite quickly. I was like, shit, am I getting to an age where I can't have skin fade anymore? Because
I've had that conversation.
I've had that, but I had that conversation. Do you remember? Yeah. And it was like I went through months of like, is this all right?
Is it me now? Yeah.
But then like I was like, no, I kind of miss having a skin fade because
it's you. If you come into my side of looking at you, if you come in and said to me, yeah, man, give me a number 2 back sides, I'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Unless you're growing into something. But then equally, when you first met me, I had a shaved head. So, things transition. I grew this in and was like, yeah, right. And it came from me not being able to get a trim. Like, my mate was away working and I was like, oh, where are you? And he's like, I can't remember where it was. I think he was in the Bahamas or something. And I was like, oh, wait. And then this turned into me not being able to get to him being too busy. The curly bits came and I was like, oh, I'm here now.
You kind of lean.
I'm not overtly attached to it. Like I could shave my head. Like, I could literally shave my head now, but like, cool, I'll roll with it. But I've had so many haircuts over the years that it's not like that's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not me. Like it's just whatever. Like
going back to the music thing, I can actually remember like again you want to be like cool in front of your friends or whatever. I can remember the moment where I was like, I need to explore different areas of music because I discovered this one artist. I say discover. It was when Harry Styles released his first single, like solo single.
Okay.
And I was like, this is amazing.
Really?
And I was like, have I been wrong the whole time? Like, is it
like you were? What was it? One Direction?
Wasn't a big fan of One Direction. Like the whole pop thing, like the whole like Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I was always a bit like, oh, it's just a bit. Growing up, I was into indie music, guitar stuff, and like stuff like that.
So you automatically say that ain't. I'll stop you.
Yeah, but then when he released that solo record, I can literally remember it. It's like back in 2017 or something. I remember the video as well because he was like in the countryside somewhere, like connected to wires, flying around the country.
I've seen the clip.
And I was like, it felt like a Bowie-esque moment.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's not a comparison I've made in my mind before, but he is very David Bowie.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I'm into this. And then at that point, I was like, I need to be way more open with my music taste. And that's when I started leaning into things like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, I love now.
Will you play Taylor Swift on the car?
100%.
Yeah, same. For me, it's not the same reason. Like my daughter loves her.
Yeah.
So she's like, Dad, run this. But she'll talk to Silly like, hey, Silly, play blah, blah. And I'm like, So I'll drive to school, which is on the way to here, and we'll be playing whatever, I don't know. Like my son gets Spicket's Pokemon soundtrack, so it's like 8-bit music. But with her, she knows music and she sings songs, so she'll play Katy Perry or Taylor Swift or whatever. And then I'm dropped them off at school. They're going to school. I'm then on the way to the gym, and I'm Katy Perry's the one.
But the thing is, like one artist who I was like dead set against, so I really just didn't see eye to eye to, it was Justin Bieber, and that is.
I love Bieber, man. Bieber's a cool guy.
I've been not against him. I just I can't get into this. And then he dropped that album, last week?
What? Now you've just got into Bieber?
Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta go back a bit.
That's what I mean.
I'm the same, right? So I'm totally like my mate Josh. Shout out to Josh, one of my best friends. His transition of fashion and becoming who he is has really gone. You know what I'm saying? I can eat, bro. He's really himself now, and I mean, he went from Bieber haircuts and.
We're talking like.
Yeah, you see, if you go on my business Instagram, you'll see Josh's face all over it. Like he's tattoos on his face. Like, yeah, man.
Oh, I know the kid. Yeah,
totally different, right? But he put me onto Bieber originally. He's a big fan of Bieber, so I used to like sort of have the same sort of swagger, same haircut. You know, the curly little rounded thing. Like shaggy little. When he was first in the game, he had like the shaggy little like.
No, I see. That's
like a long, not really cut thing. He had that,
right?
And he was like a big fan of Bieber, and he was like, "Yeah, Bieber this, Bieber that, Bieber this." And just before I went to LA, he dropped an album. I think it was called. I don't even know what it was called. It was a yellowish cover, and he was like, "Bro, you've got to run it. Like, you can't just say you don't like him because he's a young lad. Hear what he's singing about, and you'll see." So then I played the album in the car for like 2 weeks before I went to the States. And I was like, whoa, he's a lyricist. Like, and he's also, bro, you can't hold a candle to him singing. Like, he's good.
No, he's great singer.
Yeah, at the time, I was like, Justin Bieber's for kids.
But the reason why I really got into like this record, particularly, is have you heard of this? Like, he's a producer, but also like a really great artist called McGee.
I have, yeah, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you specifics.
But he, like, again, I think he sounds like you remember Sting's band, The Police. He kind of sounds like that, and
really?
that influence you can kind of hear through Bieber stuff, and it's like it's catchy. It's like it just brings a whole different level to Bieber in my eyes, and that runs through most of the album. And I was just sat there fascinated. I'm like, I'm 50 minutes into a Bieber album. I'm still here.
Still good. But that's the same thing as when I had that first touch. It was 2015. Whatever album dropped in 2015 was when I started turning on to what Bieber was doing, and his swag is way different now. Like he's a cool guy, right? But I remember hearing the album was getting dropped the other day, and I'd be like, yo, I can't wait to open it when I run out of the way into work. I would have never told you that 12, 13 years ago. I'm gonna be like gassed to play a Bieber album in the car, and I was good.
I'm the same.
That U contract, bro, hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Daisy's the one for me though.
I haven't run it too much. I felt, do you know, I'm
it's like the second track. It's like the second track on it.
I've heard it, but I'm one of them guys. Like I've heard a song and I'm like, that's my jam, and I'll run that song until Chance the Rapper's album, Acid Rap.
Oh yeah.
Favorite song, bro. That's the lyrics that are written somewhere on my brain now. Like like I find ADHD, right? I find one song and I'm like, I'm playing everywhere.
I do find myself doing that. Like, I feel like it's like a competition with like myself and the world to remember lyrics. Because then when I'm out and about, it comes up in the car or something. I start singing along. My wife is like, "How the fuck do you know all the lyrics to this?" I'm like, "Because I read them, and I sing it along." And I'm like, "I'm not a good singer by any stretch of the imagination, but I like to sing."
That's how I became cool with my kid's mum's brother. So we were going to Butlins for a weekend away for her dad's birthday, and I'd never really met her family before. So they then said, I was meant to be a passenger in someone else's car, and then something happened last minute. Someone wasn't driving, so the kid's mum was like, "Oh, can you drive my brother and his missus and me and you?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool, no problem." So we're driving, and he's quite a tall guy, so they're like, "I'll get him in the passenger seat." So I'm sitting next to my brother, and like he's a touch younger than me, but out of respect because he's her brother, I was like, "Oh man, I'm flipping out. It's gonna be a tough journey because I don't really know the guy." Anyhow, she falls asleep in the back of her sister-in-law, and he's like, "Let me get that aux, man." So I gave it to him, and he played Kanye straight out the bat, and I was like,
"Okay,
all right."
I'm listening.
But he went. He started off with the Jay-Z and Kanye album. What cover? I can't remember the name.
Watch the Throne.
There it is. And I was like, all right. What else you got? And he's like, "You don't want to request anything?" I was like, no. Do your thing, man. And bro, we went through old school stuff. We both like a couple-hour journey. Yeah. By the time I got there, I had my best pal. Like, do you know what I mean? And ever since then, he would text me, "Oh, yo, have you heard this album? Have you seen this?" Or yeah, bro, I became a friend of you for music.
I was just going to say that because that's how we connected initially. Because I came into the shop and I was like, I saw one of your other barbers first, and then I was like,
did you? You didn't get a haircut from your first time?
No, it wasn't. I didn't have a because I couldn't book with you because you were the main guy, and then because obviously I moved to the area.
I'll fall off at some point, man. I'll be someone else.
Exactly. I'm waiting for the day. It's been like nearly 3 years, but I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
But like, it was interesting because like, I had just left the music industry at that point.
Yeah.
And I remember you being like, "I need to speak to this guy." Yeah,
bro, for real, like literally. So when I don't often have new names on my list. So when I saw your name come up on my list, I was like, "Who's this guy?" And it's weirdly disdainful, but it's more of an anxiety thing because I'm so. There's 10 of you that come in every other week, so I know. Okay, cool. I know I'm cutting Sean's hair today. I'm doing this in my brain. I'm already set for my day.
Yeah.
So when a new name pops up, I'm like, "Oh man, he's booked half an hour slot. I might need 40 minutes to just figure his hair out." Right. So you were that to me. And then when you came in, I was like, "Okay, cool, dense hair." But it was all hair stuff, really, in my mind.
Yeah.
And then you goes, "Yeah, I've got this barber in London, they know you." And I'm like, again, it's a bar. You know what I'm saying, listen, I'm good at cutting hair. I don't want to say like, I'm not trying to blow my trumpet, but for real, I'll do it right habit. So I was like, "Oh man, like, okay, cool, like pressure's on. And your hair's tough to cut, but it cuts well." And then you were like, "Yeah, man, I just left the music industry, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, bro, come here. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I cut hair better when I'm not really thinking about the hair. I'm in the game, like either with music playing or with someone talking to me. And you were talking about Lil Khan.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, bro, like, I remember you leaving, and it's easy to say now because you're my friend. But then I was like, he is a customer that I want. And I was like, oh, you got any friends out there? Tell your mates. And you're like, nah, bro, don't know what.
I literally been in the area for like a month and a half. And I was like, I had this like, certain level of like haircut because my mate who used to cut my hair, shout out Ryan, he'd do it out of his like mum's like house essentially. So I just go around there and
oh really? You weren't in the shop?
No, he wasn't in the shop at the time. He is now. I think he's a Champs.
Oh, Champ. I know Champ's good friend of mine.
Yeah. So he's
crazy world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mad world. But like, and when I was looking for barbers and I found you on Google and I was like, on the Instagram profile, you know, the whole vetting process.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw Ryan following you, I was like, this is
that's the guy. You know what's mad about the vetting process? I've never done that.
Oh, is it?
No, so, well, never to this part of my life. So, used to be a guy cut my hair back in the days when I was a kid called Kai, who had a cabin, a porta cabin in a car park of a pub. Bro, if I said to the local people around in Aylesbury, yo, you know Kai? Bro, the coldest barber, like the best barber I've ever seen work. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
And he used to shape you up with a razor blade between his fingers. It was no razor. Like, I was usually insanely good. Then I became a barber and I became fortunate enough to become part of the industry to the point where I am. And if any city in the world, if I need a haircut, I already know. It's like when you go, I'm going to Paris in 2 weeks. I'll be looking at restaurants today. I know if I'm going to be here for a prolonged period of time, I'm going to see him. Then I'm going to go see him the next week, and I'm going to go because I know who's who in that area. So I've never had the oh my god, how am I going to find? So I'd imagine that's quite a sketchy thing to be doing, no?
It is, but that's why people are like leave reviews and stuff. But then, I think reviews can only take you to a point, or like, and it like, or it's like a cosign, isn't it?
Yeah, someone else has said.
If someone's following, I think it's that word of mouth. If someone said to me, "Go see Jim," I'd be like, that takes me like 50% of the way.
Yeah.
And then like, I get my foot in the door, and then I make my own opinion, and then essentially you can connect with someone in that way. Because if it's like if my wife was like, "Oh, Jim was pretty good," I'd be like, "Was he?" Or I could be like, "Yeah, he was amazing. Thank you very much." And then it's like you can bond over that.
Pick your own, yeah. But do you then go? You know, like if you go to the barbershop and okay, so cool, we got on, we're good pals straight away, really, want me. But imagine if you go to the barbershop and the guy's wicked at trimming, but he's a dickhead. Do you carry on going to that barber, or do you go, nah, do you know what, he's still a dickhead, I'm going to go somewhere else?
That's tough.
I couldn't cope with a dickhead, honestly.
It depends on what level of dickhead, because if you can sit there and not say anything.
Hey, it's a tough ask, though, and it is a barber. Like, imagine I take, 45 minutes on your hair?
No, it's less than that now.
Now, because I know it, but in a set period of time. So you've got to sit there for 45 minutes every 2 weeks with a dickhead. Like, that's hard work, man.
Yeah.
I have to do it the other way around.
We could spend a whole episode you just shit housing on your customers.
I really like him, such a good guy.
Please cancel, please.
There's a couple. There's always
going to be that.
There's like 1 or 2, I'll have to tell you, but it's not.
No,
it's not fair.
That is for the X-rated part of the podcast.
You got paid subscription.
Yeah,
Twitch, you know, like that.
OnlyFans, at least.
Yeah, if that was what I was doing on OnlyFans, yeah, imagine. Would you ever do that if you was like? I don't think there's a market for men, unless I don't know.
That was a fantastic question. That I don't know if position to answer. I don't know. Like,
I understand the financial ramifications.
It's not.
Like, I think, go ahead, do your thing. Like, someone asked me the other day, could I date a girl that was doing OnlyFans? And I was like, 100%. Like, I'm not really overtly concerned with jealousy or if that's how she makes some money, then and she's obviously clearly beautiful enough to be able to make money from doing that, then great.
What level of like OnlyFans? Like just by herself, or if she's doing stuff with like other male?
Like no, if she's talking with other guys on camera, like listen, that's it. Get your money, but don't.
There you go. So then you've got a line there.
Yeah, because like, obviously there's certain things that should be enjoyed on your own. Like I don't believe that if your missus goes out to work every day and she's that she sleeps with 10 geezers, we could probably sleep in and go sleep. Then I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, I'm not really for that. I think you shouldn't be shared in that manner. But listen, if you're getting paid from doing that and you're paying your bills and feeding your kids or whatever it is you're doing, get your money, man. You make them life decisions. At the end of the day, if you can live with the ramifications psychologically later on, who am I to say that you shouldn't be getting paid like that? At the end of the day, if it wasn't a regulated to a degree industry, and I don't mean like by actual adjudicators, I mean if there's a safe platform for them to do that, then it's better than them doing it behind closed doors in person and getting all types of assault, like, damage. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot better for them to be able to say, listen, because at the end of the day, a man's a lustful character, no? So here's what I think about it. Like, a man's a lustful character. You'll get a girl could post a picture on Instagram and she's no one in the sense of notoriety or known. And 20 guys will see her on the explore page and just double tap her because she's pretty, right? And if she messaged him saying, yo, you want to sleep with me? He would say, yeah, 100%, because a man's mental capacity is drawn more towards lustful activity than not. But she knows if she's doing OnlyFans, if she's intellectually clever, which clearly she must be if she's getting money from doing whatever she's doing, or running a business in general, she has the power. So she can make all these guys go, I want to pay money to see her at the World Top Off, or whatever she does. She's holding the bag, bro. Realistically speaking, if you take away from the lustfulness of a man, he's thinking, oh, she might want to be with me. She knows, yeah, cool, I'm getting paid. I'm getting money. And that's who's the dummy? The guy that's paying or the girl that's getting paid? I think the guy that's paying.
Let me throw a situation to you then.
Go on.
What if down the line, what if your daughter says, right, I am an OnlyFans model? How would that make you feel?
I mean, she's 6, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's why I said down the line.
Okay, it would be remiss of me to say I'll support my kids in anything they so choose to do, and then say I wouldn't support her if she wanted to do that. I would make her fully aware of the psychological connotations it would have later on, because I think you can do things in a moment for money, for notoriety, for excitement, for pleasure, for fun, for laughter, whatever. And then later on, go, man, you've done it yourself. You've been out for a drink out in the night out, you had a drink and you had fun, you've done some stuff that was a bit wild, but everyone laughed, and then the next morning you're mortified. You're just prolonging that sort of thing over a period of time. So if you can deal with the ramifications to yourself, don't worry about anybody else's perspective of you, because I still love them than my daughter. If you come in tomorrow and said to me, Jim, I'll do this now. All right, cool, you're happy. Yeah. All right, then, that's you. But, I would ask you specifics because you're my friend and I want to know the gossip or the details, really. But and how do you feel about it? We always talk about that anyway. How do you feel about that? What do you think?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, as long as she's collectively in check, and there's a limit to what, because like, I don't want to read about my daughter in the same sentence, but we're speaking now. But like Bonnie Blue, or the other one. What's her name? She's northern. She's a bit stokey. Sounds like Lily something. She they sleep with like 2,000 guys.
Oh yeah, I've seen
that. Can't. No. So I don't think that's. I genuinely, and then listen, this is me speaking, so I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody that's making money, but equally,
there's got to be a line,
bro. When you're said and done, I don't care how many Hermeses you've got, how many cars you're sitting on, what is in your bank. There is a ramification mentally for that I don't think a human being is ready for. Because I know that you could settle down eventually with someone, but I just think that the stuff carries, man. And I think mentally, when you're 78 years old, they're getting to such a level now where the kids listen. Your kids are going to know what you've done for a job, and it's not about you no more. It's about their, like in the playground. If it's always like this. I've got kids, right? So people know me. People locally know me. Unless I moved away with my kids and they went to a different school where no one knew me, and then people would get to know me anyway. Someone's mum at school knows me. Right? So there'd be something I'd done 20 years ago when I was young, and they thought was off key or they thought was funny, right? And they'll go, oh, them two's dad. He done blah 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 once, and that kid will go, oh, your dad done X, Y, Z. And then my daughter or my son's going to come to me at some point and go, I heard you. You either say, no, I didn't. And then they're going to go to school and say, my dad didn't do that. And then it causes more of a world for them. Or you then sit them down, which is the legitimate thing to do, and say, yeah, you know what? I've grown as a human being, whatever the case may be. I can explain away the fact that I might have had fight in town sometime with someone's uncle or someone's dad. Do you know what I mean? Or I might have said cross words to somebody because I was angry. And that's pretty much the extent of where we get to with it. But I could never sit down to my kids because I feel like telling them the truth is the keyest of parentism. Because at a point, you're teaching that human to be an older human. It's your duty to be real with them, obviously to a degree of age. I don't think I could tell my kids as an old man, yeah, man, slept with 1,000 people on the same day. I just don't. It's just, that's one thing. I think that I don't care realistically what somebody's perspective of me is as an outside looking in human being. My children know. I try and carry myself in a manner where they go, that's my dad, rather than that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the most important thing to me.
I think also I've seen that in your parenting skills though, and like, I mean, only what I've seen on like Instagram and stuff like that. You've taken your son to the England game last year, which I think was one of the most magical things. Because he didn't really cotton on until literally you got.
Oh man, that was a tough.
But it was beautiful. I remember talking to you about it at the time because you were going through some stuff, but like that was like shimmering light in all this shit.
Oh man, it's beautiful. Like
but you were also like gracious enough to share it with everyone as well.
I thought it was important, like for them to see, like my friends and family to see. But you know, in that time, it's I learned how well me and his mum are parented because to blow my trumpet, because you know the shining light I got from that situation was I got him all the way to the stadium. But the story I told him, and I'm understanding this for people to see because I know you know.
Yeah.
I took him to the stadium because I said to him, he was collecting football shirts, and a couple of lads from Watford gave him one for his birthday. I think he had a United one. Like he wanted the England shirt.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'll buy one when you're at school today. And he was like, all right, cool. So I picked him up from school early, and I was like, oh, they don't have any England shirts in the shop. And he went, oh man. I was like, look, but they do have them at the stadium. If we get on the train now, we make it, we can buy one there. And he went, can we do that? I was like, yeah, of course, man. You're cool to go to London. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we went.
Nice.
And I got into the stadium, went in the store, bought him the shirt. The guy behind the counter was a bit slow on the uptake. So he was like, oh, who do you think's going to win the game? And I was like, mate, shut up. Yeah. Well, anyway, then I took him to Five Guys for dinner. And I was like, oh, do you want to go look around the stadium again before we leave? He's like, yeah, all right. So we get there. Because I cut a few footballers there, he's like, you must be able to get us in. You're like, you know everyone. And I'm like, listen, he's done it this week with Bruno Fernandes. You must know Bruno. And I'm like, I definitely don't. But we still sent the video on Instagram anyway. So,
love that.
Yeah, anyway. So, get to the game. Turn to the guy, like, what's that? And he's like, yeah, cool, like, no worries. And you go. I was like, oh, I think we can go in and have a look. So I get him right in front of the doors of the gantry to walk into the pitch. And I'm like, you know, I told you that you'll come to have a look around the stadium. He's like, yeah. Fully wearing an England shirt. I was like, boy, take the game. Look, turn him around. He cried, bro. And it made me emotional because it's in my voice now.
I can see it.
Get him into the stadium, we're watching the game, and like half of the way into the first half, he's in tears again. And I was like, Bubba, what's wrong? You okay? And he was like, I'm just really grateful that you chose me to bring here, like out of anybody. And I was like, Bubba, it wasn't a picking between people. This is for you. Like, I've done this for you. Like, it was never, who can I take? It was always going to be you. And he was like, I'm really grateful that you did that, Dad. Thank you so much. And I was like, me and his mum done the right thing. Yeah. Because normal kids that were like 7 at the time, early 7 too, would have been like, yeah, sick, I went to the England game. But he was so gracious in the fact that he was like, how lucky am I to be here and how grateful am I to have my dad bring me. And that to me was like a lesson in how well me and his mum have done to get him to here so far. And then I remember buying him sweets and he was, you know, the cups you get that are like £400.
Yeah.
And he was like, how many can I have? And I was like, bro, fill it up. And then it was like 25 quid.
He was like, empty half.
He was eating on what he's spent. So I was like, we're getting paid again. But yeah, man, that's the life, innit? That's what it's for, man. That's what it's for.
Cool. I think we'll leave it there for today.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you for listening, watching That Part Podcast. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, mums, all that.
Don't tell your friends' mums. Don't tell your friends' mums.
Why not?
I do, but if no,
they might. Your friends' mums might get a kick out of Instagram. Your Instagram.
You check it out. Have a look on there. It's that dude envy. You will like it or you won't like it. Either follow or don't. It's what it is.
My profile's private. You're not going to follow me.
They're going to, but you're not going to let them.
I'm not.
I want to screenshot and start sharing it on another page.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.